Alright, so we are week 12 of the competition prep. 3.5 weeks out before we jump on stage. So right now, working more of a push day today, starting out with the convergent chest press. So I've got my man Lars helping me out with the vlogs today. Lars, say what's up. So yeah, just gonna go really pump out the rep scheme between 10 to 12, really just adding towards volume training, not so much towards failure, but just more so towards having at least 2 to 3 reps left in the tank. So here's the first exercise. Alright, so that's set 3 of 3 done for the convergent chest press. We're gonna go into a pec deck now, just really working on the inner fibers of the chest. How I'm feeling overall? I think this week kind of hit a new mental breaking point. There's a lot of life things that I'm missing by. Going all in this journey, jumping on stage for a bodybuilding show. I've never felt this much pain before in terms of missing out on life. Like these life events just go by, and because I've decided to go all in and committed on this, I have to like skip out on things that I generally did not want to skip out on, like these social events, friends' weddings. Yeah, I'm missing out on my best friend's wedding because I decided to go all in, jumping on potentially 3 shows. 2 I'm committed for 100%, but now the fact that I've pulled the pin on not being able to attend this social event, I think we're balls deep. We're balls deep. We're going all in. So yeah, you know, short-term sacrifices for long-term gains, that's what's been on my mind. And sometimes you have to be selfish in order to get you forward in life to where you need to go. So I think this is right now the season of grind. And after this season of grind is done, it's going to be the season of reward. So excited, scared, but excited. That's how the cookie crumbles. So moving on to a Smith machine shoulder press. It's going to be working more of the front delt. So notice my arm placement as well for this movement. It's going to be in the scapular plane, so not directly parallel with my torso, but in a 30 to 45 degree frontal plane in this position here. Wrists stacked on top of my elbow, and I'm really focusing on tempo here. So notice that I'm using a lot more machine-based equipment here, just to increase stability, to increase stimulus to fatigue ratio. So I won't be fatiguing much more if I were to do, let's say, for example, barbell. Because my diet is pretty down pat right now and it's getting more lower as we go and progress closer to the comp, I want to make sure that I'm providing as much stimulus compared to the fatigue that I would get when selecting different exercises. So the next exercise, Smith machine shoulder press. Oh, man. You know you're getting older once you start tucking your shirt in your pants. If you know what I mean, guys, if you know what I mean. That's when you know you're getting wiser and more mature. So I just finished a dumbbell lateral raise. Notice my arm placement was in the scapular plane. So finishing up with some dips, working on the triceps as well as the lower pecs. So great exercise to incorporate, and this is what I want to be incorporating in this mesocycle, in this training phase. Oof. So I'm just outside stop 122. So this is a regular thing that Ness and I always do on the weekends. So we just go to Brunswick, do this thing called breaking back and breakfast. So what that is essentially, it's basically us getting a chiropractic adjustment, well, Ness more than me, and grab some coffees, grab some breakfast. I was getting usually eggs and avocado, but now because I'm like 3 weeks out before a comp, it's just basically I rather eat at home just because I can add more things in the mix as opposed to just having those 2 things in terms of my meal plan. So it's not as satisfying as if I were to cook it myself. So yeah, grabbing coffees. And the thing that makes my morning every day is I have a protein snack. The ones that I make at home. What I'm eating today is going to be a double choc cookie. So that makes my day so much. I'll show you how that looks like. Here we are, bottoms up. It's actually a pretty cold morning. It's like 6 degrees right now. So yeah, this is why I'm rugged up as I am. Got my little scarf, got my Patagonia jacket, nice and furry, that Sherpa skin, if you know what I'm talking about. And here is my protein biscuit. Kapow! Here is my double choc protein cookie. So there's peanut butter in this, there's almond flour. This is gluten-free actually, so pretty good recipe that I was experimenting during comp prep. There was a lot of failures before I got this. And I feel like once you put this in the fridge, the moisture that gets trapped in here, it just makes it much more chewier. I like a chewy cookie, I like a crunchy cookie. Chewy right now is just, yeah, it's satisfying my cravings. So this is it. I'll show you the calories on the screen. If you guys want the recipe for this, I've created a gluten-free bakehouse cookbook. All you have to do is comment below cookbook and I'll send you guys a free copy. I made 7 delicious recipes of what I've been eating during my comp prep that's helped me lose over 13 kilos. So yes, you can still snack on treats and lose weight. And the fun thing about this is it's gluten-free. So for all you gluten-sensitive people, celiac, this will be your holy grail. So I'm gonna enjoy this. Just got notification from Jake, new meal plan happening as of right now. So I'm gonna look at the numbers. It's happening, it's a coming. Game face on. We're back on the high days and the low days. So low carb and high carb. This is what it takes. This is what we did last prep, but I guess this is just a 4-week sprint leading towards peak week and then show day, baby. So I'll give you guys a quick run through of the calorie intake. Low days, 2,523 calories. High days, 2,874 calories. So 2,874 calories is where I was roughly at. Well, where I am right now. So 300 calories I'm dropping each day. So for 3 days consecutively, I'm following low carb. So 3 days low carb, it's a 900 calorie deficit, then back to that 300, and then followed by another 3 days of low carb, which is adding on to another 900. So a total of 1,800 calories I'm dropping throughout the week. That's basically one meal that I'm losing. My inner fat kid is crying inside right now, but that's the process, right? This is what we signed up for. New levels, new devils. This is where it's really going to come down to crunch time, to give it your absolute all, give it your absolute best, and to focus on other things as opposed to the food intake that you're consuming. So challenge accepted. So that's the meal plan adjusted. I'll share with you guys later in the week what kind of foods I'm eating on a low carb approach and how I managed to get by on low calories. Just a matter of just focusing, right? Focusing on the things that's in your control and just keeping yourself distracted. Right now you can see I'm editing videos, I'm touching base with clients, I'm walking the dogs. I have to say that on a down low because as soon as I say the W word, they just start revving up. So that's what keeps me busy, but as well as just realizing that it's that short-term pain that you're going through for the long-term gain. Results last forever. So if you can just maintain stability, if you can maintain calmness within the storm, then I would say you're winning. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely going to be hell, but it's just a matter of maintaining that focus of
what is it that you want and why do you want it so badly? Because the why is what's just going to drive you to execute on the what you have to do. So this is where it really is a mental battle, mental warfare. And once you can get clear with that, then you realize what you're actually dealing with. You're dealing with emotional instability. You're dealing with expectations of a certain outcome. You're dealing with the hardness of the challenge that you're facing. And this is where you really do level up as a person through the discipline of owning your word and just doing the absolute best that you possibly can and learning quickly from the mistakes. This is why it's really hard doing a competition prep, because you've got these things that you have to tick on a weekly basis and you have to be consistent with it, right? And you have to be disciplined to not screw up, right? And that's just putting it politely. And then asking yourself on a day-to-day basis, are you giving it your absolute all? Are you doing your absolute best possible at any given moment in time? Your best is always going to be evolving. The more you push yourself and challenge yourself and test yourself of what kind of outcome you want for yourself. Sometimes we don't have enough information to realize what our best is. The best way to compare our best is through other people, through our own experience, through us measuring ourselves to the result that we achieved in the past. People would probably be the best way to get information from. Like, put it this way, I'm being coached on my competition prep. I could possibly do it myself, but it's always good getting another set of eyes, another opinion of giving you that feedback and support that you're currently just dealing and acknowledging within yourself. So when you ask and rely on people, this is what's just going to help accelerate your results, accelerate your progress, because you know what the best can possibly be for you. So measuring against people's success, people that have already laid the path for you of what they've created, what they've carved, and how you can take that and make it your own. That's how you measure your best. Confrontation, challenging yourself, pushing yourself to your absolute limits, that is it. Discipline, consistency is key, and just learn to embrace and love the journey for what it is. So that's that. And I've also upped my cardio intake. 2 green teas a day. Hallelujah. It's time to get some results. All right, I'll show you roughly what I'm eating for my 2500 low days, and then what I add extra for my 2800 high days. Samson, he's just so G'd up every time I chat. It's just like he's inspired by this motivation. Bruh, there is no motivation. It's just simply the works. So yeah, guys, I'll show you roughly what I'm eating for a 2500 calorie meal plan, and on my high days, alternating every 3 days low days, and then 1 day high day for my 2800 calorie deficit. Let's get this show on the road. So first off, low calorie days, 2,550 calories. First off, the OG of OG breakfasts, if that's a word, protein oats, calories displayed on the screen. So I'll give you a couple of measurements of what I've incorporated into my breakfast. Next up, I either have this as a snack right after my breakfast. It's a white chocolate macadamia cookie with coffee. So I'll have around 2 coffees a day. So that, and then I'll of course account for 250 mils of almond milk. Next up, we've got the spinach paprika and chicken with rice and veggies. So this is my lunch option. So you can see calories displayed on screen. Next up, it's taco turkey mince with butternut pumpkin and some green vegetables. Stock standard butternut pumpkin because it's low calories. To really send off the evening with a bang, I've got protein custard with rice cakes and strawberries. Calories displayed on the screen. This is a really nice treat and it just really gets my vibe nice and high. Now, with the high calorie day, I just incorporate 1 extra meal, and this is another good one. High volume food using cauliflower rice because it's low calories. Cauliflower rice with egg skillet. So a couple of the raw ingredients that I use, and that is basically it. So that is a wrap. Thank you guys for watching this week's vlog. For next week, I'm going to combine 2 of the weeks together, and that's going to be leading on to peak week. So it's been a while since I jumped on stage. So it's been around 4 years. I was preparing for my 3rd show 3 years ago, but you know, lockdown happened. So those plans went to shit. So peak week, it's another level of mindset of really digging deep. I keep saying this, but it's just like, it's just true. With peak week, especially because you're dropping furthermore calories, you're reducing carb intake and then reintroducing carb intake, you're adding in more water. It's just really aiming for that dry bone look, just bone and muscle. That is it. So yeah, I'll combine those 2 weeks. There's going to be a lot of action-packed fitness content, diet content, mindset content, giving you guys a big overlook of what I'm going through, what I'm preparing myself for leading on to show day. So drum roll. We are almost here. 1 more week and we're jumping on stage. Am I ready? Heck yes. Am I gonna win? 100%. I don't know about that, but we'll see what happens. I've done everything that I could leading on to this competition, and I'm confident with what I've demonstrated, with what I've done across the 16 weeks. Now it's just a matter of just having fun and showcasing what I deliver on show day. So guys, I'll catch you on next week's vlog.